see here. All right, listening to 106.5 KDXL Radio. I'm here with James Blake. How are you doing?
Good, thanks.
So I just want to start out with, your music tastes and your music experiences growing up. And so what are some of your favorite memories you had with music as a kid, or what kind of started your music interest, I suppose?
Well, it was. Sorry, we've got terrible beat going on in the other room. Yeah, my initial interests were kind of blues and harmonica actually, and piano, and then kind of early jazz piano, and then sort of went from there. Gospel.
Gospel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that, and in past interviews you talked about how you like a lot of gospel, hip hop, and jazz, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
Are you doing this anyway, or is that like?
Yeah. Is it okay?
Oh no! She said it wasn't, so I'll have to delete that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no video. So, your father, James Litherland, was a musician as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so do you feel like any of your growing up with a musician, that any of your music influences stemmed from your father being a musician at all, or?
Well, yeah, they must have done it. In some stage. I mean, your parents kind of condition, your formative years in a way that even if you despite your maybe not wanting that, then it always happens. But I definitely got the blues thing from him. That's all he was listening to at the time, and that's kind of what he grew up on as well. Mm-hmm. He grew up on like Little Richard and just like some kind of bluesy rock things and Parliament, and so I listened to a whole different batch of stuff, but I actually went earlier, for my sort of for gospel and all that kind of stuff.
Very cool. Yeah, so he was in a few bands. I mean, like from rock to even punk. Is that right? Or
I don't think he was in it. No, he wasn't in a punk band. If anything, punk was probably the genre that displaced a lot of the bands that he was in, because punk came along and was a kind of antidote to like music that he was into at the time, and pretty much toppled those kind of bands just out of the picture, which is very true. But I don't think he dislikes it, but he wasn't in a punk band.
Yeah, it just wasn't his.
Yeah, it wasn't his sort
area of music.
No, it's just not his It wasn't his get up, really. No.
Very cool. All right, so let's see here. Who have you drawn inspiration from that people may not expect you to draw inspiration from, or perhaps even someone who isn't a musician or musically influenced in a sense?
Johan Johansson. Kind of.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's a composer.
Oh yes, I've heard of him.
There's a piece by him. I think it's called Odi et Amos, although I'm not sure. You'll have to, you might have to correct me on this. But he did this piece, and it's this electronic voice. It's like almost like getting Siri to sing.
Interesting. Kind of like a Laurie Anderson at all, or?
No, it's more of an actual sort of generated voice by almost like Microsoft Sam.
Okay.
But just elongated, and it's really beautiful, and then the accompaniment around it is amazing, but it's completely ambient. And that, I suppose that piece influenced me in quite a big way.
Very cool. All right, last one. If you could perform with any musician from the past or now, who would you want to perform with? And I know that's a huge question, but...
Well, we're sat outside First Avenue, so I suppose Prince.
Very good choice. Yeah, he just did 3 shows here that was like out of the blue. No one even knew he was playing at a jazz club. Yeah, wow. Out of all places.
Where?
Dakota Jazz Club. So yeah,
he's in Minneapolis.
Oh yeah, just
a few. He still lives here, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he does. He just he pokes his head out here and there,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
doesn't really like to come out too much.
That's fine. He doesn't
Yeah.
need to, does he?
No, he doesn't.
You wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, hey James Blake, thank you so much for doing this. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much.
Can't wait for the show tonight.
Nice one, man.
All right. Ooh. I like those Reeboks.
Thanks very much. I should get sponsored because that's all I ever wear.
Crappy thrift store
I
shoes.
thought you're all dressed very smartly. Are you coming to the show?
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't want to miss it. Yeah. All right, take care, guys.